Hi, welcome. So excited to share this with you. I know most of you must have tried some different strategies during Q1 for your coaching business and what have you. This is a special offer for some special persons. And if you really, really look into what I'm about to show you and apply that into your coaching business, there is a high tendency that it is going to take your coaching business to another level. And the best part about this is that you have to make use of minimal cost. Like you don't really have to spend much on ads or whatever. If you have social media, you just need to create the right content to get people into signing up for your list. And so I'm going to walk us through how this works. So this is how you can create $500 offer, and creating $500 offers that can scale up to $10,000 plus, and within 90 days or more, or less than 90 days as well, just to give you a high end of coaching clients that you would keep generating from your list. So probably you have an email list that's lying fallow there. You have to use this system to get people to sign up for your offers. So real quick, I'm going to walk you through how this works. Um, let's get right into it. So this is the funnel for the ETC marketing strategy, like email to convert marketing strategy. It's a 10K plus 10K plus dollar email funnel built to be able to enable you to engage your leads and sell them to high-end offers. So this is how it starts. This diagram. It starts from you getting people from your social media or running a simple lead magnet ad. Take them to your list. And then when you take them to your list, first you send them what we call the Power Pack emails. These Power Pack emails are a sequence of emails that would be an email sequence that would educate and enable people to understand a particular thing on your niche area of service. So let's say you're a coach for you're a fitness coach. So you could be giving them a kind of the diet that you take when they're building muscles. So it could be six email sequence or 5 to 7 email sequence. Let me put it that way. That would have to educate them on this. That would have to educate them on this on joining your list. So at the end of the course, you have a fixed offer which you have to generate, which is going to be a $500 offer. And in the rest of the months, them being in your list, they get other emails. In these emails, you can launch two offers. You either launch the one-to-one micro offer, or you launch the group offer. So the group offer is you could have live calls, maybe 2 calls, and it's going to be group coaching. They just sign up, reserve their seats, and they come on live. You have the calls maybe 2 times in a week, and you could charge $100 per person to join the calls. Or you could have a one-to-one offer whereby you want to help somebody to specifically look at some strategies or review some kind of thing in their business, and then you charge $500 for that particular offer. So you can either make your $500 offer in 3 ways: from people, new leads that are coming into your funnel, into your email list. You could make that from what generally a group coaching offer or a one-to-one coaching offer from people signing up on your list quickly. So let me run you through this $500 offer. So we have three kind of $500 offer: the group micro offer, the one-to-one micro offer, and then the new leads offer. So the group micro offer could be, you, like I said earlier on, you put a live calls, and if you can get a minimum of 5 sign up, that's $100 times five, $500. So from your group coaching offer, let's say you make minimum of 5 signups, that's a $500 in sum up. Okay, so what are this group micro offer? They could be, it can be launched anytime monthly on your coaching list. It could be something that has to do with common comments on your social media. So probably you make a content and people ask and you get more questions about this. You could use that, send an email to your list, get people to signify that they want to learn this, and then what you fix a time, launch a sequence, and then you saw people to come on live calls, maybe 1 or 2 calls for $100 per person to take up this offer. So you could do that using hand raisers emails. You could do that using Q&A questions. So it could be launched anytime. Then you have the one-to-one micro offer. We all know that in your coaching program, you might have people who want specific attention, people who want specific problems to be solved for them with regards their tailored kind of coaching business. So you can have this one-to-one micro offer that's sold for $500. And if you get a minimum of 3 signups, that's like $1,500. But per person would be $500. It could also be from what you've sold in this group coaching, but now you're doing it specifically for somebody. And so that would be a $500 offer you sold, and it could involve you using 2 or 3 calls to help the person solve whatever has to be the case. Then you have the new list offer, which I mentioned earlier. This new list offer is for people coming in into your list, new person signing up into your list, probably from a lead magnet or what have you. And then at the end of the email course or the training, so your course, your email, the lead magnet is not just going to be a free PDF or a video. You're going to have like 5 sequence email or 7 sequence email where you're going to educate them. And at the end of the email sequence, you do what? You offer a course, like it's at the end of the email sequence, you could offer a course that is one-to-one. So I advise clients to use one-to-one. So you just come online, maybe 1 or 2 calls and set it up. Now, what this does is it could even be from what you're training them. So let's say you're a fitness coach and you're giving them a wellness package to back up their muscle building training. You could use what's it called? The implementation. So you could say, okay, at the end of the sequence, you could say, okay, if you want to implement this, if you want me to guide you to do this in the next 1 month with 4 calls attached to it or with 3 calls attached to it, then this is the offer. So you could sell the implementation in form of what? The $500 offer. Or you could sell something as they need immediately after taking your mini training or email course. So for a $500 offer. And if you can get like 2 sign-ups, that's $1,000. So let's sum this up. Let's assume you have monthly, you have group people taking on your group micro offer, $100 times 5, that's $500. You have people taking on your, so let's just add that up here. So let's say you have people taking on this $500 offer. Let's say you have that $500 times 3. That's like you have a $1,500 offer. From there, I mean, this is just estimation, minimum, because I know most of my coaches that have 1,000 plus leads, they get more than this, and as far as they get people coming into their funnel. And then let's say the last but not the least, you have this to be $1,000 offer. So I had to run this to the minimum of value you could have for this. So let's say 1,500 plus 500, that's 2,000, total $3,000. So let's say on the barest minimum, you just starting out, or probably you haven't built that momentum, you could be making $3,000 from just your email list, like $3,000 a month. And the moment you've been able to nurture persons, some persons who do not take that for the first launch could take that the next month. And in the next 90 days, you're probably having an email list. If you keep generating new lists, that's giving you $10,000 or more from your audience, because you're going to get people monthly taking in on your group coaching offer, as far as it could be something people want or something people keep asking for, your one-to-one micro offer and what have you. Now, this doesn't stop you from selling your high ticket program. Just take note about that. It doesn't stop you from selling your high ticket program or launching your high ticket program, but these are just micro ways you could generate fast micro offers that can pay you from people being on your email list. Of course, as a coach, you need some little funds for your subscriptions, so host your course and whatever. You can use your email list to generate that. Now, what's so unique about this? What's unique about this email offer or this $500 offer? Why people take up this offer is very special. The reason why they take this is because of the live calls. So now they don't just have to go watch a video like you're watching this. They just have to come on live, get the implementation. You might walk them through your screen and they do that. They get insights. They get expert connect. So probably they've been hearing from you from your emails. Now they're going to come on live and they're going to see you and they're going to know what you're talking about. Another thing is you could have fast execution tactics. So you could come on a call and then you show somebody, if you're a Facebook ad coach, a simple strategy one can easily use to scale up their Facebook ads. And the moment you leave the call with them, they go on and implement that. So they get fast execution tactics. This is why people take on this kind of offer, because they just have to come sit down and implement right away. So, not having to postpone or whatever. You understand? That's just it. So deliverables. How does this work? So what can this group coaching group micro offer can be? There could be live calls where you solve a common problem for your audience. And how do you know this common problem? Like I said, from social media, from creating hand raisers emails, and then they identify that they want this. You could have monthly paid community, so you could create a community on Skool that could be $50 per person, and then if you get 10 persons, that's a $500 offer. Okay, you know what that means. You could do an ask me anything section, and then it could be $100 offer, and then you get 5%, that's $500 being made from that. So you could do one-to-one micro offers. So this could be the same as the group, but now you're doing it for individual persons. You could do a one-to-one offer whereby you just review the strategy for somebody, or you just share an expert insight for somebody. Okay, and then you have the last but not the least, which is what keeps generating leads every month into your community or your sequence. So what this means is you create a mini course, a 5 to 7 sequence, and at the end of it all, you could say a one-to-one offer, for implementation. So these are how you can like deliver these offers and create offers, minimum offers that can give you $500 from just a single person or from just a little group of persons or more from your leads. So you could generate quick cash that you could use for something. Now, what you need to know about doing this, like it's not like just any other way. Now, the certain things you must understand before you to be able to implement this. You need to know what kind of offers to create, and I've given you insights of some of them, which there are also more. You could create offers from what people ask on your comments from your post. You create offers from your coaching program, what people ask. You could create micro offers from that. Now you need to know when to launch them. So when to launch them, it's okay. When do you get this code? Do you think okay, if you launch this towards the end of the month, people would need this? Should you launch it towards the beginning of the year? Should you launch this towards weekends? You need to know how to launch it. You need to know how to deliver these offers. So which one will be better so that you can give them value one-to-one group. So okay, this kind of offer, it has to be for group offer. So let's say you are an emotional well-being coach for TTC women trying to conceive. There could be individual cases, there could be individual emotional challenges from these women. So okay, you want to create an offer for that kind of case. Maybe you want to help them with something on that kind of case, on an emotional well-being. So just maybe a single area, you just have to do what? You just have to make it just specific for individual person. So you probably make a one-to-one offer for just like 1 or 2 calls, and that's like $500 offer per person. You also need to know how to structure this email cost. So the email cost, which is what is generating people to your leads, the 5 to 7 email sequence, which I call the power pack emails, which brings people into your leads. So that email cost has to be something you need to know how to structure it. You need to know what are the kind of email costs you create that are valuable for your audience. So that's that. So you also need to know the content of these emails. How do you structure these emails? The copy, how does it go? Like, what's that the messaging? How does it take them up the ladder to take on these offers once you launch them? You also need to know the social media content that can gain traction to your email course. So you have an email course, which is your lead generating funnel. So you want to know what kind of social media content and how do you engage these people to come into the funnel. You need to understand how this works. You get so let's look at some case studies or scenarios of how this has worked. So now this is a case study or a testimonial result from a public executive speaking coach selling a 75K per year training offer to organizations. So this is what happened. So she decided to create micro offers so she could sell to organizations. So in this micro offers, she had to make them pay like a $500 per month to join on those calls. And then it's spread on a yearly basis. So at the end of the year, she was making $75,000 from her list. So let's say like $500 per person, and she was getting like 10 plus persons. That's $5,000 plus. And in a year, sometimes she makes $4,000 to $5,000, and she was able to have like $75K from signing up from the course. So you can see that. Let's zoom in so you just see that. So this is for her VA telling me that today 2 people paid and 75 are still yet to pay. All right. So when you go down, you have a brand consultant using this email strategy. So I worked with a brand consultant earlier on this first quarter, and we implemented this strategy and launching a $500 offer. You can see here, I was reaching out to the VA because most of these coaches have a virtual assistant or a CXM, a client success manager, and she was giving me an update of having to sell 20 persons into the program. So you see, these are things that are working already. They're already working for coaches in your field. It just what matters is, like I said, you need to know these things. What kind of offers should you create? When to launch them? How to deliver these offers? How to structure this email course? You understand? The kind of social media content that brings them in. You get the point. So when you get there, you can be able to make subsequent income from your list. I help people saying I have a list here. I help people sending emails. I help people wanting to script the list. And I'm wondering, have you tried to tap from this list? Have you tried to create mini offers and get from this list? And the best part about this is that in selling people on this micro offers, that's what makes you deliver result and make your upsells, your high-end ticket program, to be able to convert. So, you just give them the baits, and then when they're able to see value, and then what they could purchase your high ticket program, which are like $5,000, $2,000 plus, and what have you, up to $10,000 and what have you. So, but you need to be able to engage them. You need to be able to have them come into a mini offer and to work with you. So that's how it works. You understand? So now having to show you all this, the ETC marketing funnel, which I call the email to convert marketing offer, whereby you have 3 ways you could make $500 offer, from the fixed way on people coming into the list, group micro offers, and one-to-one micro offers. This you can do within 90 days. Even if you have a fresh list, you can build these people to start taking on your offers. So having to see all this, what's the next step? The next step forward, if you're watching this right now, the next step is just to do what? Click on the link on the description of where this video is hosted, or click on the link that is attached to this video, and then what? Sign up, fill out the qualification form, and let's see if you qualify for this. This is not meant for everybody, actually. I'm only looking at working with 3 coaches for the next quarter. So I just want you to fill out the form, and I'll reach out to you directly via your email if you qualify for this particular process, because I'm looking at a few things for the coaches that want to join this program, which will enable me to be able to enhance and develop your list. And I still remain Peter Nwagu, a great partner for coaches. I work with coaches to see how we can implement strategies to grow their coaching businesses. And if you want to see how we could work together, you just fill out the qualification form, and then we'll see if this is the best fit for you. All right. Cheers.